Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it's Palermo, it's the main save, which we of course call Palermo, where the Eagles will fly, and at the minute we are flying straight into Serie B, as we have got, well, it was a 12-point gap, it's now an 11-point gap, but we do have a game in hand on Catanzaro. Today we have a double header where we play Catania, who did beat us and only lost this season, and then we obviously have Foggia, who have slowly started to drop off the trail, but were obviously, third, second for a long while this season. And hopefully, we win both of those games. And with only 12 games to go, we do that. We're more than likely probably going to go and get promoted and fly straight into Serie B. Since we last met, we have played quite a number of games. A few of them off-stream. I will always mention that when they're not off-stream. Just like, with us being so far ahead, I was seeing friends and whatnot, waking up this morning coffees, whatever. We've played those games off stream, but our last game on stream was Avellino, which obviously was what you guys watched. We went undefeated. We won every game in January, as you can see, against the opposition that we should beat. Taranto FC was the only game. Taranto were dogged, scored their only shot. We needed our third choice striker to come off the bench, who's barely played, Soler, and score in order to get a point, which was air. But unlike last time when Monopolo, we struggled to beat him, this time we put him to the sword, and we did beat him, and look, we are looking really, really good. Important to note, Brunori has slowly become a very good player, is at the level Juve, have him for a while to come. I'm kind of like, if they would let me take him on loan for free, I would do it. But they want 3.5k a week, which I don't want to do as well. But yeah, it is what it is. But look, we've got to talk about some transfers because a few things happen. But yeah, Catania up, then Foggia, and then the episode after that will probably be Bari, knowing that we have Catanzaro only last day of the season. Something tells me we're probably not getting to the last day of the season. This title's going to be wrapped up before then. Fingers are crossed, but who knows. If you look at the transfer, though, budget, we've actually got money in the wage. Now, it's probably not going to happen. I should have showed it on deadline day. The main reason I did this, if you go to like Demetrius, the most amount of money I could offer at the time was 1.4k. It's now 2.7. I've got 6k available, but the club won't let me spend X amount because of X amount of players or whatever. And like Demetrius at 24 actually would be a very good centre back. I'm gonna put that out there. 24, Greek boy, 6'4", decent physicals. He's the sort of guy that can come in and I'll be like, yeah, you are going to be a good player. Plus 25, one full season of playing, you could just develop that touch more into a Serie B centre back that is of quality, and you never know. He's at Regina Calabria as well, which is obviously my club. He's played there this season only once, so yeah. Look, why don't we actually just try for this? Let's just see if he wants to take it. Look, 200k is a lot of money for me. Yeah, sure. If we get into Serie A, because that's going to kick in when his contract kicks in, you can get a 35%. If someone in Serie A really wants you, that's fine. I'll give you a touch more appearance fee. Why not? We'll do this in the episode because I actually really want him as well. He's probably the best one that we could get. And we'll just see if he takes that. He wants 3-4, 2-5, 2-7. Ooh. Alright, we might actually get a player in on a free in the episode. That's nice. But yeah, it's, that's been the issue. And because of that's been the issue, I've been like, don't know what to do in terms of transfers out. And then we had a big bid here for Sommer. Now, in terms of big bid, he's gone to Brescia. The big bid was 20 odd K. Now, Sommer was a player that I was really happy with in Serie C. And obviously, he's played 2 games in Serie B and actually his average is 7. So good luck to him. But for me, it was a player on the peripheral. I preferred playing Perotta. I preferred playing Marcon at centre back. And Sommer was the backup fullback. And I was like, look, the guy was on, like 2K a week here. And was like a good player, but behind our Michi, who wasn't leaving on deadline day, I was like, yeah, look, I'm gonna look to sell Sommer. So in the end, it started off at like 7k. We got it to 22k plus some clauses, plus 50% whatever he sells on for. So if he has a good year out there at Brescia, and then someone else decides that will actually want him and buys him for 100, 200k. 50k, 100k, like of that transfer would come to me, and that's big money for, well, when your finances look like this. So yeah, look, for me, I thought that was just a no-brainer. Got some more wage in, which allows me to buy some players. Now, the main reason I was doing that, by the way, was because I was like, well, we've got obviously youth intake coming up, but a lot of Serie A clubs are going to release a lot of youth players, and I'm like, well, our squad's very, considering you allow 12 on the bench every game in Italy, and you make 5 subs in Serie C, Serie B, I'm not sure. I was like, well, with all that youth leaving, if I got money around, I could get a few of these guys with good potential to just sit on the bench, rotate in and out, rotate where we can. And because look, the way that I think this is going to go is that we're going to get promoted here easy, right? And then Sommer is a leading Serie C player. If he doesn't play well next year, what? We release him on his contract because it ends next year because he's a Serie C player. We lose out on money. So it makes sense to take the bid. Second thing is we got money in the club, which makes me maybe not want to make this transfer just yet. But Demetrius is... The fact that he's 24, if we sit in the Serie B, which I think we will for the next 3-4 years because our squad's not quite ready, we do have good players, he could become a decently good Serie B centre-back. As you can see here, if you look at his scout report, he is a leading Serie C player, but he has potential to be a decent Serie A centre-back. And like a guy like that, you just don't let go, right? Now, obviously, Alberto is probably not the greatest scout in the world, and maybe we should get an updated scouting report from our head scout, which is Renzo. Pretty sure it's Renzo. I'm double checking that right now, right? But no, it's not. It is Rosario. Okay, so let's go back. Cancel assignment. Yeah, and assign scout for until full knowledge. And if it comes back still being Serie A, we're gonna get him. But the thing is, if we do sign him, that could be money away from us signing a couple like 18, 17, 19-year-olds that have good potential for us as well moving forward. Now, lastly, is what we did do is we did tie down a couple of the boys for the future, and we also replaced backup right back. What we did is we got Pilzari in. Pilzari now, by the way, which is absolutely fantastic. His contract's not expiring until the end of next year, which is great. For whatever reason, AC Milan, I was paying 2k a week for him, said, well, if you're going to make him first choice, right, 850 per week. And I was like, yeah. Don't know why it's that. I definitely had an extension, but it's less money. So if he does leave at the end of the year, I have got 6 months of less money on the wage. That's good. A. B. Bianchi obviously still here, but Dan we also loaned back in as well. But yeah, I feel like the loans are a little bit interesting for whatever reason, because I did extend them and apparently they weren't allowed to be extended. Well, we'll go to that. I'm glad I checked because we did that on deadline day, but yeah. Anyhow, into the game we're going to go against Catania, who are the only team to beat us. We're in great form, as you can tell. Backup right backs is Loney from Roma. He's here to the end of the year, 17 years of age, good at going forward, good determination. This is one of those kids that you bring in, by the way, and you just hope that if he develops, chooses to come to you and he leaves Roma on a free because he won't be good enough to play for Rome. So, look, hopefully Roma let him go in a few years. He's happy here and that's it. He's the sort of guy that we'll loan in again next year. No money paid. I got Sommer's wage, got Sommer's transfer, and then I've got a decent backup anyhow. So, yeah, look, let's get into the games today. In recap, we've got Pilzari and Dan to cheaper contracts for the rest of the year, which is awesome. I did say to extend it to the end of the season, but I expected that to be next year like we did with Sander Bloom every time at SFB. We'll do that when we can. And then we've got, obviously, in a right back on 0 fee as the backup instead of paying one of our backup right backs and Sommer big amounts of money. Yeah, Sommer was good. And yeah, to be fair, Sommer probably deserved to play centre back alongside Dan, who's just developed into a monster. But yeah. Now, in terms of next season, I'm definitely going to bring Pilzari back if I can. I'm definitely going to bring back Dan and, hopefully be really good. Anyway, Matt Saul, by the way, quick little shout out to him. He's been fantastic this year since coming in and learning the centre mid role. Anyway, Border Brunori should finish, does finish. It's 1-0. Good ball by Gregorio Luprini. And that's just been the football, right? We are just too good for this division. And the fact that we're too good for this division, we just beat teams mostly, right? The fact we've only lost one game is to Catania and we got FM there. Is what it is. We scored early, hit the post bar 3 times in that game. We lost to them, obviously, and then they scored 2 goals, one in the 70th and one really, really late. But yeah, look good. Apparently we're looking for an offside. It was close, but he's on, I think. And there we are. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next year because there's going to be some loan restrictions, which, to be quite fair, I'm not a big guy of loaning in players, but in Serie C, there's no loan restrictions. I could have loaned in 11 guys to get up, but I didn't see the point. Anyway, Amici has been fantastic this year. He's still averaging like a 7.8, which is fantastic. And he finds Dan, and he finds Bacardi. We know he knows how to hit it. Oja now, back into Dan. Good boy out to Almici. Drop the shoulder and beat him, which I think he wants to do. in the end. Back to Brenori, came in short from striker. Dan Amici. Don't like that Dan's still this high in this highlight, but he's providing good balance, I guess. Ball back stick, keeper's missed it. Bacardi makes it 2. Amici with another assist. Bacardi, by the way, from not meant to be my backup centre attacking mid, 13 goals this year. A number of them from outside the box. But yeah, we're 2-0 up. We're fantastic, and we're just a good footballing side and rewriting the wrongs of what Catania did to us last time. And we are steamrolling, flying towards the Serie B. And look, Le Aquile Volano. It means the Eagles fly. And I tell you what, we're flying straight into Serie B. We're going up, we're going up, we're going up. That's it, Dim. We are live on Twitch. Links down below. Give it a like. Go subscribe to the YouTube boys. And there we go. And if you are enjoying the series, please let me know in the comments. My videos get bugger all comments. I get so excited when I see a comment. So just comment below something. I don't care what it is. Comment below, I like apples when they are inside a pie. So apple pie. There you go. First thing that came to my mind because I like apple pie and I like apples. There we are. How did you like them apples? This has been weird. Anyhow, Calapay on down this right-hand side for Catania. Rossini, ball in, backstick, headed and in. And Catania doing what they did to us last time. Just out of nowhere, bang, goal. Everyone stop thinking about apple pie, right? And everybody just balls in the box. We got to deal with a little bit better, okay? Because apple pie is... I'll promise you apple pie afterwards. If we lose from here, we're going to call this episode Piegate. Because I distracted my boys with apple pie. None that came and baked fresh apple pie. Stewed apples. Oh, stewed apples. What? Okay. Hakini Matsuo, Oje, Dan. Ball right-hand side. Almici. Luprini. Oje. Bacardi, he's going to hit it from distance. There you go. Oh, nearly. To be quite fair, expected a better first touch and then he just power drive it in like he normally does, but there we go. We need a third now. Need a third, kill this game off, and yeah, Hakimi Matsuo picks the ball up. Oja now providing good balance. Luprini, Bacardi, Brenori, Bacardi, there he is. Yeah, he wants his apple pie. He wants his victory apple pie. And there we go. Episode's now going to be called Apple Pie. We're 3-1 up. Away we go. Oja, Luprini, Bacardi, one touch, back into Brenori, and see you later, just sets it for him. Top bins, he just loves it. He loves it. The man just loves a goal. And there we are, looking fantastic. And there we are. I am going to move to the positive because we know Catania know what they're doing. It seems to against us anyway. Just keep the ball, knock it around, and let's kill this game off, huh? Anyway, and move it side to side. Actually, very well played out by Catania there. They score from this highlight. I'm just going to be nervy because they've done not much, and then like last time we played against them, just our bogey side it feels. They just always get a highlight. Anyway, Moro. Calapay. Good ball in. Headed over the bar, mercifully. Nice. Time is ticking. We look good. 70 minutes. Bianchi's going to call. Fella coming back from injury. Important to get him some minutes here. Grion, by the way, as much as I didn't want him to, is now travelling to join Modena and JS, who's managing Modena. Bringing him on as well for Brivo, who's done well, but we definitely need a better left back next year. And we're going to bring in Jacob, I reckon, for Akimi Matsuo and do that and move Oja to a Carrillo. Just a bit more workmanlike, I think. It does make sense. You know, we're 3-1 up, see the game out now. And that's all we need to do. Serraroni comes on late doors as well at 6'4", just provide a little bit of height. We're going to win this one easy. In the end, Catania played really well and like 14 shots is probably the most open we've been all year, but we dealt with it and we do win 3-1. I'm very pleased. Well done for beating our rivals. Thank you very much. We're on a roll according to the game. We're on a roll, and that means we have not lost in 20 matches. There you go. We're on a roll. Really pleasing. Bacardi had a great game. Top quality player. Lucky to be fantastic every part of it. He's been magnificent. Very happy. Done. Always one guy in the press conference, but that's fine. Praise Bacardi. He's been fantastic. I don't know where it's come from with him, but 12 goals. Only one assist, but 12 goals from the center attacking mid. Pretty good. So next time we see each other, we'll be for Foggier. We're now the first team with 70 points because we're top. Of course, we're going to be. The boys are going to go enjoy some rest and some apple pie. I, however, going to go sim the next few games and see you guys for Foggier in a few games' time. Welcome back, YouTube. Foggier time. And just important to know, we actually had a game against Monterossi postponed. It's now been put in here. So only the one game to recap, and we got absolutely offended by Latina. And absolutely dominated them. Eventually scored in the 85th minute, and literally from kickoff, they had their first and only highlight of the game, and they scored. An expected goal ratio of 2.1, then 0.6. We should win that game 9 times out of 10. A lot of the points we've dropped this year has been us dominating and drawing like that, or losing late like Catania. It does leave us clear. Avellino's now jumped Catanzaro because they've drawn again. But 9 points clear. We've got 10 games to go. Everyone else has got 9. We should be home and hosed. Win this game, we're going to be even more confident that we're flying into Serie A, but Serie B, not A. We're not flying that far, not just yet. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what we do. Anyway, Foggier have been off the boil of late. I prefer playing teams like this because they just seem to be a bit more open, and we generally do better against the open sides. But yeah, look, I think we're pretty good against most sides. Anyhow, we are going to go in. We are going to go into the tunnel, and hopefully we just go out there and win. Heard of Niop? No, I have not. Anyway, give us a score prediction in the chat. We line up in our narrow system, of course, and they've come live. They've come wide here. We're live, obviously, on Twitch. Links down below. And here we are, lads. All right, so a win here is really good. For me, I don't care. Just it's all about now ticking down games, right? There's 10 games to go after this. There's 9 games to go for me. Then there's 8. Then there's 7. And we're just going to keep ticking them down. And the longer we stay top, with less games ticking down, the better it is for us. Winning games of football really good. I think we need to win. Out of the next 9 games, we win three more times. That's enough points for us. Anyway, Almici, ball in. Bacardi doesn't win it. Forza Di Grazzi. Picked up by Oja. Brivo needs to keep it. Back to Perotta, nothing wrong. Out to Brivo. Perotta, Dan's been fantastic second half of the year. Luprini now needs a runner. Found Almici, he can run. We know this. And now can he whip one? He does. Bianchi blocked on the goal line. It'll be a corner, but I doubt we're going to see the highlight of the corner. But you never know. Almici, ball in, back stick, cleared away. And as far as Bacardi. And Bacardi gives the ball away in an area I don't want him to give it away in. And I mean, like, where he pass it to. I prefer him to put the ball in the box, but it's good challenge, good chasing back. 0-0. Oddly a little nervous, I'm not going to lie, because I just could feel, and you know, that you've seen it before on FM where you're this far ahead and then all of a sudden you start losing games out of nowhere. Make things interesting, but hopefully it doesn't happen here. And then Matsur, Oja, Perotta, other side, Dan's there, good movement. Almici's in a good spot. Does open up the middle of the park by being that far wide, and now he gets it. Perfect movement. Almici now needs a ball into the box. He does. Bianchi, Brunori, deserved a goal. Was scintillating football. We've hit the post. And yeah, look, would have ideally liked to have scored, but good football nonetheless. Almici now, corner, ball in, cleared away. We've not really scored from corners this year. Usually they're very overpowered, but we really have struggled. Almici now, good ball in, Bianchi's there. That's 1-0. That's as easy as it comes. Great ball in. Bianchi ain't going to miss that one. 16 minutes. Our dominance has now paid with a goal. Thank you very much, Football Manager, because I was starting to get a little nervy. But there we are. Like, just feel like a lot of the games we get FM'd in, we find it really hard to score. Then we score and they score late, and it's 1-1, right? I feel like most of the games we score in the first 20 minutes, we have a very high percentage that we've closed them out and scored a few and won easy. Anyway, Kimi Matsur knows how to go, but Bianchi now. Matsur gets it again. Bacardi, Matsur, big chance, blocked. Another blocked effort. We've been fantastic. That probably should have gone in the back of the net. But it is what it is anyway. Pilzari and Perotta. Oh, by the way, Dimitris, the centre-back. Look, I like that FM does it, but I also hate that they do it. As Brunori runs away from Bianchi, where he could have just slipped him in, but he will get a ball into the box, and that's blocked on the goal line. That's pretty harsh. Every time you offer a player for a pre-contract, it seems this season on FM and after the last update last year on FM 21, another club from nowhere, even though they weren't interested, come and makes an offer. And this time it was New York. What a run, what a hit. Akimi Matsur runs back the clock to his wonder kid AC Milan days. That's a fantastic goal. Stopped me dead in my tracks about whining about Demetrius joining New York Red Bulls after having no interest for about 4 months. But there we are. Bacardi, Hakimi Matsour beats one. Afterburner cuts inside, give himself some room to hit it, and bangaroo. It's 2. Thank you very much. Nicoletti. Ball goes across. And this is an opportunity to hit one from fullback. Thankfully, it doesn't end up in our back of our net. Ideally, I would love a clean sheet because it's been a while. Like we started the season with so many of them, and we just seem to always concede one. That may be the case because we're just not the greatest at the back, but it is what it is. Anyway, time is ticking away, and it's a chance for maybe us to make it 3 unless we give the ball away straight away from the throw-in, which we do not. Almichi now, good ball in. Bianchi, I don't know why he's headed at that side. I understand going back from behind the keeper, but the keeper was literally just standing there. It was the short side of the goal. If he heads at the other side, he has half the goal to score in because the keeper wasn't even tracking his position and was poor. But in the end, Bianchi's missed another clear-cut chance. We're used to it with him. Ever since we've trained him to hit shots first time, we usually listen to my coaches. They're usually right. He's basically just not hit the target. So I'm going to be very, very putting that on the player next time. Running around the keeper, I'm proud of. Getting behind is another one. But yeah, at the minute, not been the greatest. Anyway, Valanti's going to come in. He just knows what he's doing. Valanti, we're going to put him as a pressing forward. Hasn't played too many minutes. And Almichi looks dead in the 72nd, and we are 2-0 up. So the youngster from Rama, Missouri, is going to come in as well. Dan looks like he's pulled a fire. We're going to get him off pretty quickly too. And yeah, I hate that you can't scroll using your wooden mouse in this, but yeah. And we'll get Feller on late doors to keep him happy as well. Time ticks away, 2-0 win and a clean sheet. And look, we won both games in the episode, which is great. We did draw against Latina, which was not expected to happen, but it is what it is. But yeah, look, we are fantastic, and yeah, look at the gap. Look at the gap. We're 12 points clear. The gap stayed the same, and we did drop points in this episode. So there you go. Much more to say, not really. We've got 9 games to play. We've got such a big gap. In terms of next episode, we're going to come back next episode with Youth Intake Day, the first one of the series, which is great because it's fantastic. Especially when you're in Series C, Series B, like getting promoted. Because anyone that's like really good 5 stars probably going to be a good Series B player at a minimum, like when they finish developing. And I really hope that this is the save where we just don't go up promoted back to back. Like, don't get me wrong, if we get promoted back to back, I'm going to be ecstatic. But a lot of our long-term saves, we've come in expecting a grind, and both times we've gone promoted. So, yeah, but youth intake matters more when you're in the lower levels because good youth, you can bleed them in, grow them, A. B, you can pinch youth, like Dib just mentioned in chat, and grow them, and it's fantastic. Like we did that at La Coruña, just so happened that those kids, for whatever reason, in Season 2 just went and won the league like that. Hopefully, here it's okay. Now, SFB, we had a good squad, we had the shoe, so I guess that happens. Sunderland went back-to-back, don't know how. And HK was the easy one as well, where we went back to back, and like Mess, we're already in the league. But all the stream saves that we've seen, I've gone back to back on a lot of them. I'll look. I'm not going to sit here and go, I'm going to try and not get promoted next year because we're going up this season. I think everyone can tell. But I wouldn't mind sitting in Serie B for a couple of years, so all those young players that we're about to go raid and youth intake, which is next episode, matters a little bit more because it means the guys that are good enough to probably be a good Serie B player, we can develop a little bit, and that is going to be really good to hold them in good stead for how well they develop and impact at the club. Anyhow, though, next episode is going to be Youth Intake Day, along with Bari, more than likely as well, as the next episode. And by then, we could actually have Bari win that game. Results gone our way, and we've wrapped up the league like 4 or 5 games early. So, yeah, we'll wait and we'll see how it all goes. Anyway, from Damo and everybody else here, I'll see you next time for another big episode here. And let Aquilio Villano from Palermo, we are flying into Serie B. Go eat some apple pie because it's the name of this episode. Catch you next time. Thank you and goodbye.